Hello, happy Sunday, November 30th, last day of Atlantic hurricane season. Beautiful spiritual brothers and sisters. This is the glyphosate guy, also author of upcoming New York Times best-selling book about increasing your mind span. Also, America's energy conservation efficiency expert, is the founder of HowToDieOfNothing.com, and passive residual income while you sleep as a pro network marketing coach. Danny Zen coming to you live from the Northern Hemisphere. Listen up, I'm actually under one of my other community's pools, covered shelter, since it's been raining all day. And for those that know me, I don't want to get rainwater touching me, since some people have sampled rainwater and well over 70% of rain has contained traces of glyphosate, the active ingredient Roundup herbicide, okay? And this is a super duper late sunrise number 693. Listen up, I'm going to go over some additional things regarding sunlight in keeping with my weekly sunlight, solar energy, and energy conservation efficiency Sundays theme. You can learn more about the most underrated biohack, wellness, and longevity item. Again, that's just getting more sunlight, ladies and gentlemen. It's free. Don't need big pharma, don't need to spend any money on extra food, supplements, and all that, okay? If you really care about yourself, practice self-compassion, reduce your risk for all types of cancer and all-cause mortality. You need to go educate yourself about sunlight, and then the most important hormone in your body, that's vitamin D. Go to my free, the best videos, films, documentaries, books, experts, scientists, researchers, companies, businesses, organizations, and resources, all regarding full spectrum sunlight, by visiting either tinyurl.com/light4dummies, all letters, again, tinyurl.com/light4dummies, or you can also go to tinyurl.com/the-best-videos about light, okay? Be sure to also learn about probably one of the easily top 3 biohacking longevity tools and sleep aids, because it is the world's first 95% narrow band ultraviolet B vitamin D light therapy system made by Luminova. Just head on over to Linktr.ee/VitamindDForDummies. Click on the top 2 links, okay? I'll have a vanity link as well as a discount code created, but when you click on my affiliate link for Luminova, it should get you a 10% discount off of both their commercial and home use models, okay? Again, that's linktr.ee/vitamin-D4dummies, okay? Also, to get a free copy of my 16 factors that determine how much you need to expose your bare skin to in the sun in order to produce adequate amounts of vitamin D, which is, by the way, being suppressed, the activation by glyphosate, as well as all of these non-native electromagnetic fields. So it doesn't even matter if you're like naked in Ecuador, in the summer, and you're not. I know there's not as many 5G around in Ecuador probably, but you're still going to be deficient in vitamin D, seriously, okay? And obviously if you're indoors. So go on over to both. By the way, before I forget, if you are serious about your health, I just created a voluntary club, or like a challenge. It's called my Naked Under the Sun at Noon Club. And if you want to just add your name to this list, it's just easy going, go to my Proton Mail shortened cloud storage drive document. Just add your name. You can put additional contact information if you want. This is just something for fun. Again, it's my Naked Under the Sun at Noon Club. If you can be grounding, have your barefoot touching the skin, that's even better. Go to tinyurl.com/Naked Under the Sun at Noon Club, okay? So that's just a little bit of fun thing on this Sunday. Also, next, going back to the Vitamin D for Dummies, to get that 16 factors to determine how much time you need to spend in the sun, depending on 16 different factors. It's very comprehensive, the most comprehensive list that I've ever come across, that I personally came up with, as both a Luminova affiliate and a Spurt Tea vitamin D lamp affiliate. That's a more affordable version. You'll see the information when you go to either tinyurl.com/Vitamin D for Dummies, or tinyurl.com/vitamin D for idiots should work, or tinyurl.com/vitamin D101. The reason I have all these links is because in case I decide to ban Google, that owns Gmail, where I have some of these documents on my on Google Drive, or they ban me. So check that out. It's my gift to you, okay? So you don't have to be a victim of big pharma or our failed sick care system, and to even really round out your knowledge and education about the topic, get a sneak peek into my future primarynutritionstores.com startup. This is so you can eat up to 66% less food. Food, in my opinion, is secondary nutrition. When you max out on the three-legged stool of quantum biology, as taught by retired brain surgeon Dr. Jack Kruse. Make sure to binge watch him if you want to raise your IQ by 30 points or more. And it's spelled with a K, okay, ladies and gentlemen? That's Dr. Jack, Kruse. And you can view this world-class lineup for my future primarynutritionstores.com. Namely, it's referring to light, water, and magnetism, okay? Light referring to the photoelectric effect, water referring to water chemistry, maximizing intracellular hydration, and magnetism referring to earthing or grounding, or what I call primary nutrition, okay? Go to either tinyurl.com/light, water, magnetism store should work, or tinyurl.com/the number three pillars of health store. I'll also have other versions in the link in the description below this video, okay? So that's it for sunlight, I believe. Make sure I didn't miss anything due to my chronic sleep deprivation. I just can't say enough about sunlight, ladies and gentlemen. We have totally missed the boat and underestimated this, okay? Maybe you guys are indoors because you're trying to avoid chemtrails. I don't know. Maybe you're a vampire or something. But it's going to help your sleep, okay? And I just learned that our brain can shrink as much as 40% when we're sleeping. So you definitely want to make sure your vitamin D3 levels, 25 hydroxy, is well over 60. Mine's probably approaching 88 nanograms per deciliter, okay? So you can have better sleep and clean out your lymphatic system. That's the lymphatic system of the brain, okay? So hope that helps you guys out in terms of sunlight. Now moving on over to solar energy. Before I go into it, I want to tell you the reason why you want to go to solar energy. For those that remember the 2017 huge amount of extreme weather events, let me show you a graphic here. I know it's kind of hard to see, it's black and white. In 2017, for those that remember, there was 16 different billion-dollar plus weather and climate disaster-related events that occurred in the United States, namely Hurricane Harvey in late August caused severe flooding. For those in South Florida, if you remember Hurricane Irma, and then in Puerto Rico, Hurricane Maria. You've got a whole bunch of others as well, wildfires. I don't know if you can see this, but that's just an old printout of a bunch of listing all of these 16 extreme weather events, okay? So that's one reason why you want to pay attention to what I'm about to share with solar energy and energy conservation efficiency, since 72% of our dirty grid electricity is dirty electricity, and I think about 39% of greenhouse gases is contributed to electricity, okay, according to the nonprofit Energy Think and Do Tank Rocky Mountain Institute, okay? So, the next reason why you want to, the third reason why you want to be more green when you're heating, lighting, cooling your buildings for transportation. This is an article from the Vox. It's called The Green New Deal. Flight attendants know the real job killer isn't the Green New Deal, it's climate change, okay? This is a union of flight attendants. They're reporting more and more injuries due to turbulence for their flight attendant members. Again, turbulence, I'm sure you guys know what that is. When you're flying, you experience a sudden drop, or just the whole cabin, it's scary as heck. You can be thrown literally, if you're not buckled in, to the roof of the airplane's cabin, okay? It's caused injuries. I don't know if there's been any reported deaths. This is an article that was interviewed Sarah Nelson, the international president of the Association of Flight Attendants. That's a flight attendant union representing over 50,000 flight attendants across 20 airlines, okay? So if she happens to be listening to this, you guys want to do something meaningful, contact me after you visit all the links at HowToDieOfNothing.com. Okay, so that is literally a job killer, okay? Turbulence, if you happen to be a flight attendant, of which I know some, you can actually vomit because you experience turbulence, okay? And that's extreme turbulence, very nauseating and scary, and could be life-threatening, okay? So, again, visit HowToDieOfNothing.com so we can, plug all these leaky buildings of ours that's contributing to climate change, extreme weather, the severity and frequency of extreme weather events. Just visit HowToDieOfNothing.com, okay? Make sure you call me if you want to be an investor or board member, or a future what I call utility bill freedom consultant on my nationwide deep energy retrofit platform, and of course a client. And this is America's best part-time home-based business opportunity, so you can actually say thank God it's Monday as an entrepreneur to build your own dreams versus someone else's, and stop trading time for money, so because you have a possibility of earning passive income while you sleep, okay? The last reason why you want to transition to solar, whether that's solar thermal or solar photovoltaics, also known as solar electric, those fancy solar panels. If you, this is a report by a nonprofit called the Physicians for Social Responsibility, titled "Calls Assault on Human Health." This is actually for those that are in Florida. This is the location of the 12, I believe it's now 11 remaining active coal-fired power plants in the Sunshine State, okay? I think they closed down one of the ones there in Crystal River in Citrus County, but there is this is actually very old. The data is from 1998. There's like over almost 91,000 cases of reported childhood asthma that their families live around these 11 remaining Florida coal-fired power plants. So that's a public health crisis, and they don't even know it's just because of them burning dirty fossil fuels, okay? So, and that's exposure within a 30-mile radius. Got 1.4 million children affected, 385,000 children in poverty. And again, even though this is over 2 decades old, I don't think anything has changed since, okay? So that's the third reason why we want to transition to solar energy, as well as to practice energy conservation and efficiency measures, which I'll share with you at least a couple things. So number one, actually, people don't think about this. It's very important. I'm eventually going to be a certified passive house consultant, and that is the world's most stringent energy efficiency building standard that originated out of Germany. It's capable of reducing a building's total energy usage by up to 90%, that's 90, without a single solar electric panel or wind turbine. When you max out on the 5 principles, I have a link in the description of this video that will go over it more in depth. Namely, actually the fundamental, it's not one of the 5, but it starts with this, and that is passive solar design. Of course, this is more for new construction. I'll have a link in the description below this video. I'll take you to this Department of Energy, guides, easy read, okay? But that is the key. Very briefly, you want to have the ridge line or long axis of the building running east and west, actually, okay? So the long parts facing south or north. You don't want a huge amount of windows facing the rising sun or the setting sun, okay, to minimize solar heat gain, and other elements including thermal mass, absorber, placement of the windows, okay, and doesn't cost you a thing, just a little thoughtfulness and planning and design. Again, that's passive solar design. I think every kindergartner should learn about this from the get-go, since we spent so much money on energy bills, over 1.7 trillion that Americans and American businesses spend on electricity and natural gas. Okay, that's according to the Energy Information Administration. I'll also have a link in the description below the video to my future nonprofit called Tesla Electric Institute and all of our big, hairy, audacious goals. Okay. The next item, I want to give a shout out to one of my solar partners, and that is one of my newer partners. It's called Paired Power, P-A-I-R-E-D, Power.com. They make amazing electrical vehicle chargers that come in the form of a solar carport. Okay, so not only do you get the renewable energy aspect, you get the health savings aspect, because your car vehicle is not being baked under the sun. All those invisible, volatile, organic compounds aren't being released from your dashboard that's generally made of some kind of plastic. It's definitely not metal like from the 1970s cars that I remember, actually, when I was very young. So make sure you head on over to pairedpower.com. Okay, that's P-A-I-R-E-D power.com. They're the manufacturer. Their founder, Tom, I forget how to say his name, starts with a C, but he actually is responsible supposedly for about 10% of all the solar in America, according to their VP of Business Development, Mr. Stephen Ducey, that I spoke to a few weeks ago after learning about their company from my Solar Builder print magazine. They can ship you their hardware virtually anywhere in the lower 48 states. Just tell them Danny Zen of OneHouseOffTheGrid.com referred you, and that's Steve Ducey. His work Google voice number is 650-701-7247. Only after you closely looked around their website. Okay, pairedpower.com, PAIREDPOWER.com. They have other different products. I think maybe even for like a picnic shelter that could be solar powered. Some really cool things. Unique uses of solar photovoltaics to provide also shading. Okay, not just for electrical vehicle chargers. If you own a hotel or other destination or local government, that's great for you. Or maybe a community condo association, your residents have a lot of Teslas or other electrical vehicles. Again, called Steve Ducey, that's D-Delta-U-S-S-E. Again, his work number there in California, Northern California, is 650-701-7247. His email address, if you want to send him any details to get an accurate quote, is Steve, S-T-E-V-E, $, spelled D-Delta, U-Umbrella, S-Sierra, E-Echo, at pairedpower.com, okay? So I hope that helps you guys out regarding solar. The other thing I want to mention is one of my longtime partners since 2017, and they make amazing solar-powered ductless mini-split ACs that is hybrid, meaning it's alternate and direct current. So when the grid goes down, if you happen to have solar or batteries or maybe even wind turbines, you can still power these highly energy efficient ductless mini-split ACs. They've got the highest BTU model is the AC-DC24. That's newer. They even also have a 48 volt completely off-grid. I think it's the DC48 model maybe. All the details can be found at HotSpotEnergy.com. HotSpotEnergy.com. You can contact me for a free quote. Probably ship that anywhere in the world. My landline number is 786-441-2727. Okay, as you can see here at the bottom, 786-441-2727, or my cell phone that you see there. And my primary email is ddanny, C-Charlie, T-Tango, the number 3, at cornell.edu, okay? I'm going to hustle because I want to take care of a few other self-commitments. The last part I want to mention that's relating to actually energy conservation is a very unique way and use of the universe's warmest outerwear and jackets. It's actually is inspired by NASA technology with contains material that has the lowest thermal conductivity of any material on the planet, made by Aspen Aerogels, and they've rebranded it as Solar Core, and that is in a company called OrosApparel.com. Mr. Mike Marksberry and Rithvik, I can't pronounce his last name, but you can learn more and get at least $50 off maybe on top of their winter special, which is a site-wide 20% off. I actually own one of their jackets and a beanie. I forgot to bring it, but I'll show it in maybe next Sunday's video. Again, these things are amazing, even if you're not a skier. But the reason why it's an energy conservation video is because instead of, if you're in cold climates, instead of using your heater to heat your whole building or even bedroom, or even using the biomat, just wear a friggin' super duper warm jacket. I'll keep you warm even in sub-freezing temperatures. Seriously, head on over to tinyurl.com/shop Oros. Okay, again, tinyurl.com/shop Oros is spelled O Oscar R Romeo O Oscar S Sierra. I'll also have the full referral link that should get you that $50 off if you're a first-time customer in the description below this video. Okay. So anyways, that's it for now. I hope everyone decides to become a big business systems owner. I'll have a few part-time home-based big business opportunities in the description below this video, so you can stop trading time for money. Again, build your own dreams versus somebody else's, okay? And actually look forward to Monday and having the money to make sure that Santa Claus comes this year, okay? Anyways, take care, everybody. Again, this is Danny Zen out. As always, make sure you recondition your thinking about how to earn money by having a mindset shift. Just watch Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant concept video and one of those two links at the bottom at least 100 times, and then print out and study the images on a how to own your life document on the link that you see there at the bottom. If that link doesn't work, just go to tinyurl.com/more hammock time. Okay, take care, everybody. Be well.